and do that for another day. There's a lot of stuff going on in her work, and I really like that. I do some minimal stuff. While I've been kind of recovering where I wasn't able to do a lot with because of my arm and my shoulder and camping and stuff. I collected photographs for years, and a lot of them are in slide or negative format, so I've been really busy scanning those. That doesn't take a lot of excuse me, a lot of effort. So I've been working on that, and those go up on my website. So if you weren't aware, I do have a website. Um, so this also is an interactive um, art journal in the magazine. So excuse me as I kind of, it's just, I know it's annoying. Probably it's just the way my brain works. I go from doing my photographs back to this. I'm sorry. But I'm really excited about the use of photographs, integrating the tools that are available in AI. So when you've got a collection of photographs and images, photographs that I've taken, negatives, family photographs, and all of that. And over the years, I've digitized and scanned them. And then you can see how you can either restore that photograph using AI just with the correctly worded prompt. It's exciting. It is really, I mean, this is one area. AI can be scary, but this is one area where I am just really excited about how I'm using it right now. And that being said, these journals and this work that's presented here, you can do so many creative and unique things to go into your art journals using AI. Um, and just printing out your photographs and images on your printer. It's really exciting. It's really neat. So, and I like um, this work here where you are putting embellishments into your journals. I've got a lot of stuff that I can do that with. So it's so neat to see what they've got in here. Of course, they've got these pages that you can use to collage. Snippets of the countryside. So you can see using fabric. The one thing I did get over the summer that I swore I would never do because I don't get along with them very well, but I did pick up an older sewing machine. It's not digital, it's not electronic. It's mechanical. Um, it's a Janome, sews beautifully. So for so I would trust myself to do some of the smaller work using this sewing machine. Anything beyond that, I would probably destroy this sewing machine. So I'm excited about that. I love seeing how this is dyed. That and you can actually I like the thought of integrating some of my own hand drawings into some of this work. But this is the project that I was most interested in, and by Michelle Ward. And what she's done is she's tried different methods of batik dyeing using wax and dye. Not really super familiar with it, so I won't go into it much here. Like I said, I would probably do my own spin on a process like this. And what I got excited about was the thought of integrating the use of a gel plate into creating designs. She did her work on scarves, very beautiful. Um, I actually decided for my first attempts, I would get some flour sack dish towels. So you can get a package of those 24-inch by 24-inch from Amazon for like 24 or $25. So I'm waiting on my package to come. I haven't started anything yet. Um, when I do get ready to get started on this, I promise you that I will videotape it. Um, Just checking my camera real quick to make sure everything's working. So I've got I've got some pigment powders that I might try with um, this technique. I'm going to use it on a gel plate. I'm going to experiment. Um, and so I am looking forward to trying that. Maybe I'll run down to the thrift store and just get like a big, like a white sheet or something, or tablecloth or something like that, just to experiment with before I actually do it on my towels. So that's what's going on with me. But that being said, I'm open to trying a wax resist. I'm not super familiar with that or how that would work. So, and if there's some kind of worksheets in here too, it's a good idea to track your methodology, or you might go back and look at it in a year and go, how did I do that? So it's good to keep kind of a diary or a journal of what you did. So I'm excited about that and interested in actually trying the gel plate to see if I can get that similar type result. So we'll see what happens. It's always something new to try. Um, and I'm just going to flip through here. Um, some tags using dried flowers. Now, if you're kind of wondering where would I get dried flowers, I've ordered dry flowers from Temu. You can probably get them from Amazon. I'm not super sure whether or not people order much from Temu anymore. You just don't hear about it since the tariffs went in. But I've gotten some good things there. I've gotten some things that were not so great. It was fun while it lasted. So here's some more interesting collage techniques and using other art supplies I see on here. There's quite a long art supply list on here. And again, these really wonderful pages. I like this too, and I was cleaning out some stuff yesterday, and I thought I'd gotten rid of all my playing cards, but I came across a couple of sets, so I'm kind of excited, and excited to try this too, just for fun. I've done a lot of collage on different things. I've never tried playing cards, so that should be fun. And just these are just beautiful designs. Again, I like the idea of the integration of some art, things that maybe I've done and drawn. Um, I've scanned in hundreds of very, very old stickers from around the early 1900s. I've scanned um, die cut cards, the calling cards, and that sort of thing. So I'm interested in that. This is very pretty, and I just love these kinds of drawings, those faces, and uh, just the style of it, I think is really, really very sweet. So that's cute. Something fun to try. Again, and get that sewing machine out and do a little messing around with fabric. Um, so that looks like fun. That's very pretty. Again, just what are these pages? Oops. Did you know you can use Scotch tape to lift letters from magazine pages? Oh, yeah. Place tape over your chosen letter or word and burnish it with a bone folder. Quickly but carefully pull up the tape and it will lift the word or letter with it. Jumping around again, I apologize, but going back to this, I saw kind of somebody was doing image transfers just using this image transfer fluid. I didn't know there was such a thing. I haven't gotten it yet, ordered it from Amazon. So I can print. You can actually um, print from your printer if it's a high contrast image and do an image transfer using your gel plate. I've got a laser printer. Um, so laser, I guess, is the best. And I've done that. The problem is always trying to get that contrast right, and what it does is your paint doesn't adhere where if I remember this right, I think it doesn't adhere where the black is, so you get this kind of image transfer. Um, so but I'm kind of excited to try this specific medium that allows for image transfer. So once I get that stuff, I'll do a video and show how that goes. But you get kind of an image like this. With all of the old vintage photographs that I have scanned over the years, it would be exciting to take some of those images, print them out in black and white. So they're only black and white. You won't be able to do it with color. But I don't know with the fluid if you're just stuck with color. So I'm excited to experiment, and I'll experiment with you on that too, so you can see what I get. Boy, that's beautiful. I love this. I think this is so gorgeous. I have not read this particular article yet, but I definitely have to read that and see, and learn more about this artist named, what is her name? Jenny Grant. I love her work. It's just amazing. It's beautiful. A journal tribute to mom. So this is, a good way to keep memories if you or you have a loved one who's interested in certain specific things. What a good way to create a tribute to that person or keep your own memories safe. Cabinets, curious bits and pieces. I love assemblage art. I think that's really cool. Um, I was going through, now I'm kind of like, I was going through stuff today and I was like, for assemblage art that I kind of assembled, I'm like, maybe I should just throw this stuff away. I don't know if I'll ever get to it. Now I see this and I'm like, oh, how could I think about not doing more assemblage art? That's very nice. Some more of these. They put these pages in here and they're just a little bit heavier weight, but they make a nice background or whatever for something like this or a collage board and that is very awesome. Time to travel. I'll do a paste. Stitch the pattern paper to a book page. Use foam tape to adhere additional images to the page. Machine stitch cotton trim to the page. Computer generate phrases and print them onto cardstock. Apply brown ink to the cardstock. Layer the words with torn silk. That's neat. Are you a secret poet? And I like the way they're using these rings to hold their books together. That's actually an easy way to hold your pages together. I like the art. It's very pretty. I think the trick to this is to use these ideas to inspire you and also to kind of find your own style. So you'll get frustrated if you exactly try to copy this artist's work because it'll never be the same. But you have to find your own style that makes you happy. So again, just another um, great issue. Love this magazine. I've got issues going back to 97, maybe 98. And as I promised you when I first started, I would go through them. And I'm feeling now again pretty good. So I'm going to get back on it. I'm not normally a sick person, so I'm just getting to the age where weird things happen. Um, but and that the one thing early in the spring was more due to a medication I was taking that I'm no longer taking, of course, so, um, pretty good. Handmade notebooks. So, that's that in this magazine, and then, more details on the different projects. Color palette. Okay. So that's looking pretty good. Throughout this summer, I've gone to a lot of garage sales, of course, and I picked up a lot of different markers, and a lot of different, coloring books. And now that I'm kinda getting back into things, hopefully I can get back in. I grabbed this Lisa Frank seems to be a thing. I kind of think I remember this. I kind of think this was kind of my daughter's age group, Lisa Frank. I'm not sure. I vaguely kind of remember it from somewhere. And I was wondering if there was a copyright date on this book somewhere. Maybe it's 2016. I don't know. I don't, I think it might be 2016. But I remember this going back further. So I can't recall the history, but this is a Lisa Frank coloring book. There's some cool I like psychedelic stuff, and if you ever happen to find my webpage on Fine Art America, I think it's Kathy Anderson 3. I think there was a couple other Kathy Andersons on there before me. Um, you'll find I have some psychedelic and colorful things going on there I was working on just today. Um, but there's that. This is another coloring book that I picked up somewhere, probably at a garage sale. I got it at Value Village. Did make a trip to Seattle. Oh, I think that was around about the time that I quit this. Again, this one's been colored in, so that's the little bit of the drawback of picking up coloring books at thrift stores or garage sales that they've been used. That doesn't really bother me so much. And the pages in this are kind of thin, so you would have to put something between it. I usually have a lot of these around. I just get them at, uh, probably the Dollar Tree or something like that. I think I might have got this at, Temu. Um, but if you wanna do, like, a marker or something like that, just slide this between the pages, and you don't have to take the pages out then, and, this set this set of markers I think I got for Facebook Marketplace or something like that, when it's got a fine tip end. So, and I've not tried these yet, so I'm hoping they still got a little color in them. But you can see that's pretty good. Like I said, this is a thinner paged coloring book, so I'll fill that in and we'll see if this bleeds through the page. See, it bleeds through the page. Well, if you don't have something between the pages, then it'll mark on the page that's underneath it and ruin that page. So, and even this is just, I just using the fine tip there. So, yeah. So you definitely the pages are thin on this one. Nice book. Um, I like the illustrations, the 40 animals in here. So this looks like a fun one. So I've always been kind of interested in dragons, how to draw dragons. So I grabbed this book because of my shoulder injury. I haven't done much drawing lately, but always interested in learning more about techniques to uh, draw something like this. So this looks like a fun one to practice. I grabbed this book. I think I've shown you this Outlander coloring book. Again, just a fun one. Probably grabbed it at a garage sale or a thrift store or something like that. Just fun to look at. This is a very old, I have several copies of these, and I don't think this is the first time that I've talked about this on here. And so you can see. And I like to practice and experiment and all of that. So I'm just grabbing these because, you know, somebody's kind of destroyed some of the stuff in here. But um, yeah, I'm just use it for practice. Cover's coming up. So thought this one with gnomes was kind of cute. Zendoodle Coloring presents Gnomes in the Neighborhood. This is really a very cute coloring book. I like it a lot. There's some cute things in here. Look at the little gnomes. And the pages are pretty thick, but I'd still suggest putting something, or at least testing it before you use markers in this. So, and I think the curvy Rosanus I've shown you. So this is a new book I got from Amazon because I have this old memory, and I thought this was maybe what I was getting here. But I have this old memory of um, watercolor, of getting coloring books when I was a kid, and you would take a brush and the lines in that outlined whatever you were painting, they were paint actually. And so if you went and you took your brush, like I got this brush here, and you did like that, it would activate that pigment, and it would you could paint with it. I hope I'm explaining that right. So I thought maybe this was a woodland watercolor coloring workbook. I thought maybe was what I was getting, but it's just pages you colored. But the really super, super nice thing about this book is that the pages are very, very thick and heavy. So, like before, when I went with the brush, well, that's a dark green, isn't it? Oop, not at all like the cap color. Um, and then I'll take this one here, a little bit lighter green. And so this is interesting. I was hoping that I could blend this a little bit more, but that's not blending at all. And see these pages are so thick, this color is not bleeding through. So, and the other thing, so I'm struggling with deer color on this particular book. Um, A lot of the deer that we see out here, they've got this kinda grayish-brown color, and maybe I'm trying to be too realistic with that, but I think I might have screwed up on that. Um, so I don't know. So I was trying to be pretty realistic. Maybe I should just go with more you just you you color it flat, maybe. So, like, instead of trying to blend and do all of that, maybe next time I'll just try a straight watercolor. But I was messing around and I was using, my Neo Color by Karen Dosh, so that's what I did over here. And then I'm surprised and somewhat pleased. I had gotten a set of these watercolor pencils from Stampin' Up, um, probably off Facebook Marketplace. Been getting a lot of stuff from there now. And they actually I'm not a huge fan of watercolor pencils because I feel like you can still see that color pencil line, but I think these actually, activated really, really nice, surprisingly. And, the color so I did this over here using these, and, I think they look pretty good. I planned on kinda going over this again, like, kind of darkening this up a little. Let's see. And then these I wish these spots an older deer well, maybe these are all fawns. I was gonna say an older deer doesn't have white spots. Um, but I'm still kind of struggling with my deer color. Maybe this color would be the best. But the nice thing about this paper in this book, it can take a lot of abuse, it seems like. A lot of water. And and these water brushes I got from Temu. And I'm really, really happy. I ordered a lot of them. I was looking for water brushes, kind of forgotten that I'd ordered these. And I came across this, and I know I have at least two, maybe 2 or 3 packages of 3 or 4. A lot. So, all right. So that's it. That's what I've been up to.